What is currently happening, programs? Today I'm going to cover off the top 5 upcoming VR titles of 2019 that we know about so far. VR adoption is growing by the day, and the industry already has a sneak peek at what we can expect to see next year from both AAA and indie studios alike. So if you want to know what VR games to look out for in 2019, then stay locked, enjoy, and I hope it helps. At number 5, we have Zero Caliber, a tactical first-person VR shooter from X-Rel Games. Set in the near future, similar to the Modern Warfare series, the game is listed to have a full single-player campaign and multiplayer co-op support, along with a range of highly customizable weapons and engaging reloading and grenade lobbing mechanics similar to what you would see from games like Onward and Pavlov. And while Onward has an armor feel to it, with Pavlov holding down the Counter-Strike side of things, Zero Caliber could be the VR Call of Duty counterpart a lot of programs have been waiting for. Visually, this one looks to contain lush scenery and fleshed out environments which should provide ample points of cover during intense shootouts. So get your best war gear on and switch your microphone to feral so you can tell everyone how they're a piece of shit camper and explain casually how many times you fuck their mum. Seriously though, don't be that crowd. The early access release is set for September 13 this year for Rift and Vive users, with the full release scheduled for early 2019. Coming in at number 4 is Allison Road, a game that was to be a spiritual VR successor to PT, which itself was an outstanding and terrifying playable teaser on the PS4 for an upcoming Silent Hill title. That Silent Hill title was later cancelled by Konami. And Allison Road suffered a similar fate when it was removed from a seemingly successful Kickstarter campaign in pursuit of a publishing deal, which unfortunately fell through and the project was cancelled. Really sad face. But in August 2016, Chris Kessler, the developer of Allison Road, told IGN that the game is back on track as Chris, along with his wife, have revisited the project with renewed enthusiasm. Chris mentioned to Upload VR in this tweet that VR support is planned, and the very last I heard was there was a vague schedule for a 2019 release, all going well, though info has been scarce since then. The whole PT, Silent Hills, Allison Road run of projects has thus far been consistent in their curse of abandonment, which for a horror title seems eerily fitting, though immensely frustrating for fans of this type of terror. 2 years on from its revival, it's easily one of my most anticipated horror titles across both VR and flat game platforms for next year. So stay locked here for updates. In at number 3 is 3 full VR games from Valve. Wait, did you see that? Again, information is scarce on these titles, as you would expect from Valve, who are at this stage the team that run the Steam store, release card games no one wants, and makes new Team Fortress hats. Actually, Valve is also responsible for a huge chunk of the VR industry we know it today, through the development and innovation of previous and extremely promising upcoming VR hardware. Further to that, the Gaben said to Eurogamer at a media roundtable at Valve's head office that, well, right now we're building 3 VR games. And when I say we're building 3 games, we're building 3 full games, not experiments. Gaben goes on to say that the titles are being built in both Source 2 and Unity, and that they are designing hardware at the same time we're designing software. The Gaben also mentioned that one of the first things we did is we got Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress running in VR. Wait, someone's doing that for you. Valve also acquired Campo Santo, the Firewatch, and In the Valley of Gods team, and so this will likely factor into what they are working on. I'm really looking forward to whatever the hell it is they're chipping away at, as Valve are backing the VR industry heavily, and there is absolutely no doubt that whatever they release, it will be built specifically for this tech. But yeah, vague so far. If you've got any ideas of what this could all mean, then hit the comments below and let's get speculating. Landing in at number 2 is an as yet unnamed title from Respawn. This game studio needs no introduction as its founders brought us all the pre-2010 Infinity Ward Call of Duty goodness and the more recent Titanfall franchise. While info is scarce right now, this one is definitely happening, and it will be a AAA Oculus-funded combat-based VR title featuring real simulated soldiers. What that means, according to Vince Zampella, the CEO of Respawn, is that the team aim to depict being a soldier in combat in a more fully fleshed out and realistic way. And looking at the realistic war footage from the trailer, that seems to very much be the case. Vince continues to say that the combat experience in VR really gives you the chance to experience life closer to what a soldier would experience in real combat. It gives you more of that feeling of paranoia and that tension. So to me, we're likely talking about a boots on the ground, realistic war sim from a first-person perspective. Think the team's previous Call of Duty campaign work crossed with something like Arma or Insurgency. Whatever this is, mechanically and visually, it's gonna be a beast, so let's just hope the story and overall gameplay stack up. And crashing in at number 1 is Stormland, an open-world action-adventure title from Insomniac Games, the team behind Ratchet & Clank and The Unspoken VR. As an android rent-asunder in an event called The Tempest, you have awoken after centuries rest and must journey through an ever-changing cloudscape, augmenting yourself to become a heroic fighter, save your friends, and reclaim your world, which, might I add, changes over time. Climb, glide, walk, fly, and slide your way around as you freely explore the world above the thunderheads by yourself in a single-player story-based campaign, or you can explore the age-old ruins with friends in online co-op. Craft weapons to outrank titanium sentries and guardians, enter perilous strongholds, and muscle your way to acquiring rare technology. The game will be out in 2019. It will be an Oculus-funded exclusive because they funded it, and to me looks like the most promising upcoming adventure VR game of 2019. You can check the links in the description below to see more of the trailer and revel in its beauty and mechanical perfection, and then hit the comments below to let me know what you think. And as a quick bonus title for the list, Ruberg is a VR puzzle game by Metanaut for the HTC Vive set to launch in early 2019. The title is based on Rube Goldberg machines, which are often wacky, chain reaction contraptions that accomplish simple tasks in an entertainingly overblown mechanical fashion. Definitely not as intense as the other titles in this list, but it's not always about who's got the biggest dick. And Ruberg is absolutely on my list for 2019 already. And that's it for this video. You can help support this channel by grabbing exclusive rewards on Patreon, and if you like this video, then crush that like button, have your say in the comments below, and hit the XO logo to subscribe if you wanna. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!